Welcome back to another football video. Today, man, we got a special one. Today, we are going to be reacting to how Jude Bellingham became Real Madrid's top goal scorer. First of all, before we jump into this video, I just want to say Jude Bellingham has exploded onto the scene in a way that I just never thought was possible. When he left Dortmund to go to Madrid, I was like, yeah, he's going to be chill. Like, I didn't even know. I was like, we got to see how he pans out. The way this kid has exploded onto the scene at such a young age is something special, man. I just did not think that he was going to be this good. And the scary thing about him is Real Madrid have an amazing future with this guy, but everyone that's English and all my English viewers that are watching this, congratulations. You guys have something special going on here, man. With Jude Bellingham, with Saka, man, you guys have a team for a while. But hey, let's run the video.
He's playing out of his mind right now for Real Madrid.
Also,
and it's putting the
by the way, every video we watch, I'll always leave in the description down below. Show love to the homie that made the video. That's the most important thing. All right, let's run this.
Club on his back despite him only being 20 years old. There were a ton of question marks about Bellingham signing to the Spanish club and whether or not he moved to that big of a club too soon. However, he has silenced those critics in just the first few games of the season and is now looking like the best transfer this past summer window. So therefore, it's only right that we talk about Jude Bellingham's season so far. Very early on,
I think he's the best signing of the summer, right? Hands down. I think he's the best. 100% he's the best. 100% he's the best. And imagine if Madrid get Mbappe. Imagine if Madrid actually get Mbappe. Imagine Jude Bellingham and Mbappe together. That would be insane.
In the summer, on June 14th, Real Madrid quickly made the move to sign Jude Bellingham on a 6-year contract for a transfer fee of 103 million euros, which could increase to around 134 million euros due to add-ons. At the day of his signing, Jude Bellingham unveiled his jersey number, which was the number 5, taking after football legend Zinedine Zidane, and Bellingham said that him taking Zidane's number is paying homage to one of his footballing idols. Not only that, Bellingham himself stated that in his mind, him moving to Real Madrid now, despite still being very young, made the perfect sense to him. Now that's when the Bellingham and Real Madrid critics stepped in. A lot of Bellingham admirers thought that this move was a little too soon for him, and that he should have taken his next big step to the Premier League, and maybe even joined someone like Liverpool, who were long-term admirers of Bellingham. That's not it though, because Real Madrid fans also had some question marks over their club signing as well. It was nothing
I'm going to stop that right there just to say this really quickly. I think the move to Liverpool and Madrid are the same thing, like equal in a way. Like, I know people will be like, well, Madrid is a way bigger club. Listen, Liverpool is ginormous, bro. Obviously, Real Madrid, in my opinion, is the biggest team in the world, right? Like, they're like, the amount of Champions Leagues they have and stuff like that is incredible. But at the end of the day, making a move to Liverpool and making a move to Madrid, in my opinion, is low key. If you're talented and you're good and you got both those teams looking at you at that point, I think either one is a massive move. So I don't think it would have benefited him to go to the Premier League first and then to Real Madrid. Maybe going to Madrid first was actually the right move because he's going from La Liga and Dortmund, where that football's a little bit maybe not slow paced, but more of a, like a balanced football, a little bit more defensive football, where in the Premier League it's really, really fast. It's always, maybe this actually helped him
against Jude Bellingham, but he was the big summer signing of the window, with Real Madrid only adding the likes of Arda Güler, Kepa on loan, Brahim Diaz back from AC Milan, and 33-year-old Joselu as a striker. It's not Bellingham's talent that was questioned though. It was the fact that Real Madrid's marquee signing of the window was in a position that was already seriously stacked. Madrid fans aren't wrong either, because their midfield depth is insane, with them having top talents that will carry Real Madrid's midfield for many years to come, with the likes of Camavinga, Federico Valverde, and Tchouaméni, but also having veteran experience to help out, like Luka Modric and Toni Kroos. Therefore, with the midfield already kind of being sorted, Madrid fans hope that Florentino Perez would splash big on a striker, someone like Kylian Mbappe for example, since the recent Ballon d'Or winner and Real Madrid legend Karim Benzema left to join Al Ittihad.
I think there's two things to be said here. One, I don't think anybody really thought that Jude Bellingham was going to score the goals he scores. That's facts. I don't think any Real Madrid fan thought that this guy was going to score goals the way a number 9 scores, and he is, which is a big W from Florentino Perez. I don't even know if he knew that he was going to score that many goals, or big W to Ancelotti, whoever's making it happen. Number 2, I don't think Florentino Perez actually thought that Benzema was going to leave this summer. I don't think he was actually planning on him leaving to Saudi Arabia so quickly. So it's hard to find a replacement in that amount of time. So I know what Madrid fans are asking for to get a striker. That's why they got Joselu, who's not yet a number 1, but at the end of the day, you still have like some type of a striker. I think they kind of got hit with like a quick one when Benzema left, if that makes sense.
Over in Saudi Arabia. Even though Benzema's 22-23 season wasn't that impressive to his standards, he still played a big part during the past campaign, with him bagging 31 goals in all competitions. Regardless though, Madrid fans wanted to see a new superstar up front to play in between Vinicius Vinicius and Rodrigo, but all they got was a 33-year-old Joselu, someone way past his prime. He's not exactly a usual Real Madrid signing either, he's just pretty much a band-aid, someone to help out for the time being but not a permanent solution. So with the transfer window ending and Bellingham being the only real serious signing, quote unquote, it felt like it wasn't looking good for Real Madrid. However, we all thought wrong, because Carlo Ancelotti and Real Madrid had a plan for Jude Bellingham and wanted to make him a very important goal threat for the Spanish Giants. Now I know this sounds insane, especially if you told me a couple of months ago that Bellingham was going to be Real Madrid's biggest goal threat this season. But it's true. Real Madrid's tactics have Bellingham, a midfielder who usually plays the 6 or the 8, as one of their most reliable goal scorers. Now throughout Bellingham's short career, he indeed has been playing more of a 6 or an 8 during his time with Birmingham City and Borussia Dortmund. These midfield positions aren't really supposed to be for a consistent goal scorer like Bellingham is right now, but if you did watch Bellingham, as specifically Borussia Dortmund, you can tell that he has all the talent and abilities to play pretty much anywhere in the midfield, including the 10, something he hasn't really done for the past few seasons. However, Birmingham City coaches knew all along that Bellingham could play in the advanced midfield position, which is why he's worn the number 22 kit in the past, since his past youth coaches knew he could play the 4, another defensive midfielder number, the 8, and also the 10, and 4 plus 8 plus 10 equals 22, which was Bellingham's number for the longest time. Therefore, since a young age, Bellingham's always had the talent to play more of an attacking midfield position, but he just wasn't given the responsibility to at Borussia Dortmund. So nobody has viewed Bellingham as an attacking midfielder for a very long time, except of course Carlo Ancelotti, because Bellingham's goals for Borussia Dortmund were mainly him getting into great attacking positions and using his incredible shot power to get the ball in the back of the net. It's just that he wasn't consistently been given the opportunity to go and do that, since his role was more about receiving the ball in Dortmund's own half and then pushing forward to find another attacking player to give the ball to. However, with Real Madrid, Bellingham's role had to be different. There was no choice. Dude,
I always say things happen in life for a reason, right? And like maybe Madrid not having a legit number 9 was the best thing that ever happened to Jude Bellingham and Real Madrid. Like, imagine if they would have gotten Mbappe and then they take Jude Bellingham and push him further back in the field. We would have never known the talent that the guy actually has. Now that we get a season of Jude Bellingham, knowing how much goals this guy can score, I don't know if there'll ever be another manager that pushes him too far back away from the 10, right? I think he's always going to be more right behind the striker or a little bit deeper, but never going to go back to like a 6 or an 8 role because he's too talented to be back there. So maybe this is the best thing that happened to Real Madrid and the best thing that happened to Jude Bellingham. Everyone was scared when y'all got Joselu and didn't get a number 9. But having this guy be able to show his talent of a goal scorer and so far up the field has changed everything, maybe for Jude Bellingham's career and also for, Real Madrid, because maybe they found their next Zidane. This could be the biggest thing that ever happened to him. And look, it kind of just fell into place for him. You know what I'm saying?
Due to the fact that Real Madrid's best talisman, Karim Benzema, in the past few years left at Al Ittihad, which means that Real Madrid needed another goal threat to help Vinicius and Rodrigo, because if one of them goes out of form or gets injured, like Vinicius did in the beginning of this season, Real Madrid would be screwed. Ancelotti knew this, but he also knew that he couldn't play in his normal style that he's played with Real Madrid for the past few years. Something similar to Liverpool, where they have attacking fullbacks and cross towards in the middle. With Benzema gone, there's nothing going on in the box for Madrid. There's nobody to cross to. And with defensive-minded fullbacks like Carvajal, for example, they couldn't play that style anymore. Therefore, somebody in the midfield needed to be a goal threat, and that's where Jude Bellingham comes in, with him playing at the front of the diamond shape in the midfield, essentially playing as a goal-threatening number 10. Ancelotti purposely turned Bellingham, a 20-year-old midfielder, into Real Madrid's necessary goal scorer. And we can see this so far this season. But before we get on with that though, please remember to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it and it means a lot, so thank you. And also if you guys can, follow my Twitter and Instagram, both at Nabuto. If you just want to hear my thoughts on football games, transfers, and overall just to get to know me more. So if you want to, feel free to hit me up with that follow. Thank you. Anyways, literally in the first game of the La Liga campaign against Athletic Bilbao, Bellingham on his debut scored a cracking volley from the corner in the 36th minute to get his first goal for Real Madrid. Then 1 week later against Almeria, this guy Bellingham continued to show his attacking prowess by scoring a brilliant brace and even providing an assist to Vinicius Jr. in his second game. Moving on to the third game, Bellingham carried on his goal scoring form, with him heading in a late winner in the 81st minute against Celta Vigo to help Los Blancos continue their perfect.
I know y'all are sick of me pausing, but I just want to jump in here for 1 second and just say, like, I've been somebody who has, kind of talk smack about Ancelotti this season at times because the Real Madrid doesn't play the best football. But the fact that the lad has been able to switch it into a 4-1-2-1-2, an old school formation that we used to see back in the day, and be able to turn Jude Bellingham into a Zidane type player and kind of build the whole formation around Jude to be able to score goals in an old school 4-1-2-1-2 is kind of impressive, because nowadays all you really see is teams in the 4-3-3, one striker, wingers, left back, right back, pushing forward, sending balls into the box. This guy has gone into an old school type Real Madrid formation and actually cooking with it. So big ups to Ancelotti, who's doing bits with Jude Bellingham and Madrid?
League start
They're
with
top
a
of the
1-0
table.
win away from home. With Bellingham bagging 4 goals and 1 assist in his first 3 league matches, he was rightfully named the La Liga Player of the Month in August, becoming the first Englishman to ever win this award in La Liga. That's crazy if you really deep this. In Bellingham's first month and playing in a new environment in Spain, he's already been nominated as the best player. Nah, that's unreal. That's not it though, because Bellingham's great form only continued in September, because at his first match at the Santiago Bernabeu, after their massive renovations, Bellingham pounced on the loose ball and scored a 95th minute winner against Getafe, lighting up the stadium. With this goal, Bellingham even became the 3rd player after Cristiano Ronaldo and Pipillo to score in each of his first 4 competitive appearances.
They gave Kubo Player of the Month for the last month. I think Jude should have got it. I think Jude was. I think Kubo was amazing, and he had an amazing celebration. I think Jude Bellingham was actually robbed of another Player of the Month. This guy was incredible. I think he probably should have got it, to be honest with you.
Just for the club. That pedigree where Bellingham is at right now is insane. Before continuing with Real Madrid's season though, he was called up to England, obviously, for the international break, and even showed his attacking abilities over there, with him scoring 1 goal and assisting 1 against Scotland. Maybe Gareth Southgate is taking a page out of Ancelotti's books, considering that Southgate isn't really one of the best managers. Let's be real. Anyways, back from international duty, Real Madrid had a comeback win against Real Sociedad, but for the first time, Bellingham didn't get any goal contributions, despite playing a decent match. But hey, at least it shows that the guy is human. But Bellingham carrying Real Madrid does not stop here, because in the first Champions League match of the campaign against Union Berlin, it was looking like a 0-0 draw all the way up until the 90+4th minute, with Jude Bellingham yet again being at the right place at the right time, scoring another stoppage time winner for Real Madrid, giving Madrid their first win of the Champions League campaign. With this goal as well, Bellingham became only the 4th player to score on both his La Liga and Champions League debuts for Real Madrid, only after the likes of Isco, Marco Asensio, and of course Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's still only the beginning of the season, with many more matches to go. But with Bellingham having 6 goals and 1 assist in his first 6 games, it seems like Bellingham is going to have his best season so far in his short career. And this isn't luck though, like many football fans think, because as I said, Carlo Ancelotti purposely has Jude Bellingham as one of their biggest goal threats, with him playing more as a second striker than as a midfielder, which is why Bellingham is getting on the score sheets pretty frequently. And with Real Madrid looking like they're going to do well, it's only going to be up from here for Bellingham. And who knows, maybe if he can stay injury free and keep up this form, we could have a Ballon d'Or season on the way. Yeah, I said it. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to
Hey, again, show him love. The video was amazing. I just want to say this, bro. If this team does get Mbappe, I know that fairy tale, that like Cinderella story is always talked about, but if they do get Mbappe, Vinny on the left, he's about to put pen to paper of a long-term contract as well with Madrid with the 1 billion release clause, so he's locked in. If they were to get Mbappe from PSG, with Jude Bellingham behind Mbappe, Rodrigo on the right. A lot of people say Rodrigo's not a good winger. He's incredible. And then with the talent of Chouamani and Camavinga and Modric and Toni Kroos still there, the defense looking pretty good. They do need a right back and a left back most likely. When you look at this, man, and you look at the team that Madrid is putting together for the future, it's very, very scary. And it's I know it's not to the point of where they had R9 and David Beckham and Luis Figo and all those guys, but they are locking up some of the best world talent in almost every position again, and it could get really scary. If they get Mbappe the 9, Vinny at the left, Rodrigo on the right, Jude Bellingham down the middle, who knows what Camavinga and Chouamani are going to become in their career. It is unbelievable to see what Florentino Perez is building again, and Barcelona's doing bits as well, but if Barca doesn't start making some long-term signings of players like João Felix and stuff like that, it is going to be very, very hard to compete with this Real Madrid. Barca's always there competing because they always find young talent, whether through their academy or whatever, but Madrid is putting together a powerhouse because of the signing of Jude Bellingham and because of Ancelotti. Because Ancelotti is a massive reason for Jude Bellingham's success. So we'll have to see, man. We'll see how it all pans out. But big ups to Ancelotti and big ups to Jude Bellingham. What a video. Shout out to the homie. Again, in the description down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Big thumbs up. Smash the subscribe button. And we're back with another football video tomorrow, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Peace.